corporate recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a data engineer. So for data engineers is Python, ETL or ELT, Scala, data algorithms, SQL, big data, Kafka, Spark, Hadoop, cloud, anything else involving data, data models, data lakes, etc. Also, before I continue, I want to be clear, I do other non-tech resumes. It's just like 75% of what people send me are tech. So I do other non-tech resumes, which I think the next one is non-tech as well. So anything involving snow, snowflake, snowpipe, snowsite, snowstorm, I don't even know if that's real or not, but it might be. Ability to manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people. This is critical. Your job is to, well, explain stuff to people that may not know how to turn on a monitor, and you need to show that. The industry, I'm not going to be able to get into every industry, so I just need to see the type of industry, and like SDLC or SaaS or automotive or something. And a bonus for DevOps, Jira, Confluence, and MS Office. This resume is unknown, so I don't know how good or bad it is yet. How well you can tell how good your resume is by a ratio, which is what I have people put in when they submit, is how many applications it takes to get an interview. So for this person, 20 seconds to find what we need, and that is it. That is all we have. And go. All right. What? Okay, where's your degree? Okay, computer science is fine. AWS is cloud is fine. Divine, it's partner with stakeholder analyze flow. This is so hard to read, but why is this related to MySQL? What? What? Okay, this is just confusing. This formatting is very, very confusing. Also, my father used to work for Goldman Sachs. All right, so this would be a rejection. Also, don't write your resume like this. This is a bad way to write your resume. This is very confusing. I don't know why you put the keyword here and then sort of talked about it here. So to clarify for people, a keyword is basically just a skill that the hiring team is looking for. It would be considered these. Could be, in this case, cloud, could be snow, could be the ability to communicate technical plans, and recruiters are not keyword hunting. We are qualification hunting. And the difference for that is a keyword is a part of a qualification. And a qualification is keyword, so these right here, plus how you used it, plus the reason or result of you using it, plus where you use it. Not counting education or years of experience. If it's not those four things, you will get rejected for not having it. And in this case, you did not really tell me. So you put a keyword here, right? Python and Airflow and MySQL, but then you didn't actually tell me really how you used it or the reason or result of using. You kind of did how, but not the reason or resulting. Also, like, this is so weird. Why is MySQL related to partnering with stakeholders? Like, this does not make sense to me at all. And I've reviewed a lot of resumes. So your resume should look like this. This is how you do it. The Word doc to this is on my website. It's free. It's in the link tree below. This is what your resume needs to look like. Because this is a nightmare. All right, let me see what you wrote. I'm starting out a new seasons of applications. I'm a great dev. I may come across as awkward to some people. I think that may be reflected in my resume. Please help me out. Also, hit me up via email. Thank you. Okay, so again, I tell people to go back in line. I'm not able to respond to everybody via email unless you are a client looking to hire me to fill a role on your team. That is typically what that business email is for. So this shows nothing. Like, this resume is a nightmare. Himothy, which made me laugh reading that. I don't know what this is. Like, I've actually never seen somebody do a resume like this, and it baffles and confuses me, and that is not what you want. So first off, how is this? This is throwing me so much. Okay, so you need to go back to the drawing board, right? I want you to delete this whole thing and redo it. All right? Here's what we need to do. First off, at the very bottom is your education. You should put that up top. It should be here. Second off, you told me when you graduated and when you started. I don't need that. I just need to know that you graduated. If you graduated more than 3 years ago, just put status graduated. It's fine. I don't need to know if it was in 2005, 1930, or 1800s, or last year. If it's over 3 years, just put status graduated. Then we go to here, and this is really where the big problem of your resume is I don't know what you do here. You need to write your resume like this. This you may be the best dev in the world, but nothing is showing through in this resume, right? Like, people assume you need a resume to show how good you are, and that's not actually the case. If you show how good you are through a resume, you can't really do it. It's not what resumes are for. You show how good you are during the interview. The resume is a basic bare minimum qualification, and the problem is you didn't write it right? So I need you to write it like this. Is this a barista? Yeah, and what's the difference between a barista and a software engineer? Well, a lot, but not in the resume. If you're a barista, if you're a software engineer, if you're a data engineer, if you're a sales person, if you're a territory manager, all of those are going to have the same resume. The content will be different, but the formatting will be the same. And you need to write it like this. Like, look, this is operated our point of sale cash register, that is a keyword, to collect money from customers, keyword, and perform basic math, keyword, to give them proper change, keeping them engaged with customer service, keyword, while I prepared their food and beverages, multitasking, keyword. That is how you need to write it. This, on the other hand, is not that. So I don't want you to say Python Airflow. I want you to say used Python, Airflow, and MySQL to do whatever you did. I honestly can't figure it out through this, which resulted in something else. Again, I don't know what you do because you did not write it correctly. So that is why you are struggling, is this is a mess. And you don't tell me, you don't follow the basic format of what you did, how you did it, and the reason or result of you doing it. You basically either give me, you did what you did, and then maybe tell me how, but the rest of it is gibberish. So what you need to go, like I said, fix your formatting, delete this, redo it, and make it basic and understandable. You're not writing your resume for a PhD level person. I'm aware of how people hate HR, and that's cool, but like, the people reading your resumes are not technical. The hiring managers may not be technical. That's entirely possible that you, as a data engineer, may be going to a company that their previous star employee left, got a better offer, retired, and you would be the subject matter expert. They're not going to understand any of this. So redo it, resubmit. I will review it then. And if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream. That is the best way to contact me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And before we go to the next resume, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who is watching this, who is liking and commenting and resharing and reposting. It really does help me out, and it'll help a lot of other people get jobs. And to all of the members on my YouTube channel who get to watch my videos earlier than everybody else. I want to thank you all very much, and let's go to the next resume. This is, I'm not sure. They stated learning and development. The problem is that's not really a job title, and you need to tailor your resume to a very specific job title. If you do not tailor your resume to a very specific job title, you will not be able to find the keywords, which is the most critical part of all. And remember, keywords are not qualifications, so it's not the only part. You can't just shove in a bunch of keywords and that doesn't matter, but you do need them. So I don't know what role they're going for, because learning and development is more of a industry than it is an actual individual job title. So I'm going to have to judge this maybe just on formatting or what I guess it'll be, which I don't like. I don't like guessing. I think that is inefficient, but you need to find the job title first. So what did this person say to me? Been going for a month so far, not a single interview. Okay, well, that is not good, so I imagine this is terrible. So we're not going to do the 20 seconds since I don't really have anything to judge it on, but let me at least tell you what you're doing wrong. So first off, never do 2 columns. I have never seen in a single resume in my life that was improved by putting 2 or more columns in your resume. Your resume should look like this. The only time your resume should not look like this is if you are a high-level manager or director, or you have a very spotty work history. We're talking like more jobs than years of experience, or you've done a ton of contract work. If those 3 things are not met, then you want to use this. Otherwise, there's another format that is harder to teach that you should use. So this is bad. Formatting should look like this. Never 2 columns. Interests, well, cool, that's nice. Interests, if you put them in, should be at the bottom. Key skills, this means nothing, this means nothing, this means nothing. Because again, I'm not looking for keywords, I'm looking for qualifications. And this does not tell me where you did it, how you did it, or the reason or result of you doing it. So thus it does not matter. Summary, same thing, doesn't matter. Unless you are relocating, changing industries, or explaining a visa, you do not need a summary. Then we go down to here. This is the part that actually matters. So, served as a customer advocate, communicating client needs and feedback to internal teams. Why? What was the point? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Consistently ranked as a top performer within the department, exceeding key performance and metrics. What did you do, though? That's like, if you told me what you did and how you did it, that would have been a good sentence. That's actually a good way to write about your accomplishments. The problem is, what did you do? What skills are you using? I don't know. You did not tell me. Trained and onboarded 100 new hires, enhancing team readiness and performance. For what? I don't know. Cross-trained 300 employees across multiple functions, including software, Canadian operations, and email support. For what? Designed and developed e-learning and micro-learning modules to improve training and employee engagement. Okay, there we go. That's actually something. Whew, that's actually something that I would actually be able to use. So your problem is you basically told me nothing. And I don't know what you do, but I know they're not looking for this. And I would challenge you to find a job description where it says qualifications must have trained and onboarded 100 new hires while cross-training email support. So I think the email support may be okay. I think the fact that you trained is good, but like, what did you do? I don't know. What was this for a medical company? Were you hiring people or training people for phone calls? No, because you didn't mention phone, so it's only support. So was this a like tech support role where you were training tech support people? I don't know. You did not tell me. In fact, I would hazard a guess it wasn't, because this is, you said medical device company, but I don't know how that's related to anything else. So this is your problem with your resume, is it's incomprehensible to somebody that doesn't know what a CTS specialist is. And I don't know what that is. Training, and no, because it starts with C. Then you have this, host and produce a podcast, driving brand visibility and audience engagement. How did you do that? I don't know. You did not tell me. Was it you hosted the hot podcast and that's why? This is not related. Engineered a responsive design for the website. Are you going for an engineering role? This is so scattered, and this is your problem. You cannot have a generalized resume. If you have a generalized resume, you will fail. Just flat out, you will fail. You need to be specific, and nothing in this resume is specific. This reads like you asked ChatGPT to spit out a resume for somebody in corporate. Right? So like a podcast in corporate, put it in, and this would happen. But there's nothing specific that I can use to move you forward. So this is one of the reasons you are getting continuously rejected, is nothing here is related. And then we go down here, and you've had 3 jobs at the same time. I know some of them were projects, but 50 custom PCs. How is that related to training hires? And then down here, you were an assistant, which could be related. So I don't know what you do. The more I read your resume, the more confused I am by what you're actually going for, and that is the opposite effect you want. You want the person reading your resume to know, okay, they've done what I need them to do, and they are looking specifically for this role. But right now, this is just a mess, because I cannot figure out what you do, how you did it, the reason or result you're doing it, nor even what you're applying for. And I'm not saying this to be mean, right? I'm saying this is why you're struggling. This is what is happening to the person on the other end of the screen. And you may be right that maybe they should know more, not more about the industry, but that's not how the world works. I wish it did. If the world was perfect, I will be honest, recruiters would not need to exist. Recruiters are there to fix failures in the hiring process and to fix other failures that managers are not able to do by themselves or do not have the time in hiring. That is like one of our jobs. And if hiring was perfect, there would be no recruiters. The problem is hiring has never been perfect. And that is why we're here. And so you may complain about us, and that's okay, but this is how the world works. And you need to be able to learn that so that you can get a job and feed your family. So delete all of this. Make it into a resume that is for a specific job title, not the job itself. And then maybe you can resubmit or ask for more help on the live stream, and I'll be able to actually assist you. But right now, there's really nothing I can say besides there's nothing in here I would need for almost any single job. Next, resume. This is a resume of a project coordinator. They did not give me a ratio, and this is their, I think, third time submitting. So since the last review, I improved bullets, removed career breaks, slightly changed the first job title to be more understandable, also changed focus from project manager to project coordinator. But since there aren't that many project coordinator roles, I will also need to apply to PM roles. That's fair. Just apply to 5 roles today. No ratio yet. Okay, so let's see if this works for project coordinator. And what we need in a project coordinator is multitask, organizational skills, industry. Again, every industry is going to have different stuff. Microsoft Office, Google Workspace, Smart Sheets, Jira, Confluence, Excel, MS Project, Outlook. Proactive problem solving. I need to make sure that you identified a problem and you fixed it before it became a problem. Client, customer, stakeholders, and interaction. Basically, can you talk to people? And bonus for admin support. CAPM, Asana, Trilio, and MS Project. This is based on the US qualifications for a project coordinator. I don't know the EU ones, so hopefully they're at least close enough. So, let's begin and go. Okay. PMP, good. They like that. Masters. Execute 100 reviews part of customer support program, organizing meetings with software security, seeing follow-up actions to our customers are here. Code and practice is close. I like where you're at, though. Led meetings and interviews with developer teams using Google Suites. Good to gather requirements, user data stories. Perfect. Successfully manage multiple software migration projects, lead cross-functional teams, reduce productivity, reduce IT costs. Good. Executed here with Xcast. Okay. It's not quite there yet, but this is pretty good. So my big thing here is numbers are important for like project managers and coordinators, but I don't think 100 code reviews is really the relevancy here, right? I think you sort of buried the lead a little bit. I do like your second sentence, right? Has Excel, again, Google Sheets is the equivalent of Excel. That's fine. People usually accept those. And I like the proactive stuff. It's just your first sentence I need a little bit more. Also, I believe there should not be this much of a gap in between all of these. These should be closer together. So, yeah, but that's a minor issue. So, instead of execute 100 code reviews, I would rather you just stated organized meetings with software and security engineers, done follow-up actions to ensure that our customers adhere to best coding practices by doing X. Basically, I kind of want you to like reverse where this is, because the 100 code reviews is, I don't have any context for how that's related or how impressive that is. But I do like the fact that you oversaw follow-up actions. So I'd rather you focus more on this part of the sentence than this part. Here, led interviews and meetings with developers using Teams to gather requirements is pretty solid. I still would like Jira if I had it, but let's see. So, effective manager development migration projects by leading cross-functional teams. So this part is good, but what do you mean improve productivity, right? Like, you can't just say improve productivity. I want to know how what you did impacted it. So instead of successfully managed, I would just want you to say managed, you don't need successfully, multiple software development and migration projects to reduce IT costs in a manufacturing plant within the X industry by X and Y. So again, the order of some of these off. Executed 8 IT projects with budgets just estimate. It's weird that you have 20 and 200K. Those are wildly different. Just say within average cost or within upper budgets of 200K by applying management best practices across Agile. This is really good. So again, you're close to it. I would like Jira if I can. I know that's a pretty impactful thing that they want, which I don't see. I would like Confluence if you have it. But I think a big thing is really just the order of this is a little off, and this one is a little off. And just you don't need to tell me successfully, you just need to show me. But the rest of it is pretty good. So overall, pretty solid. I'm being pretty nitpicky, but still, this is your third time, so I want to make sure I'm catching anything. But overall, I think this is good. So fix the formatting, fix the first sentence, fix the first sentence in the project manager, and I think you're going to have it's still going to be tough because you have like over a 2-year gap, but I think you're going to have a much easier time than you have been having. And this should still get some results. So let's go to the next resume. This is an intern resume that did not format correctly for some reason. All right, so zooming in on it, this is the best I can do. They stated quality is blurry because of the redaction software I use. So it will be less blurry, but this is what we're dealing with right now. So for a software engineer intern, we actually just need 4 things. Your degree, that you can work well with others and take direction and criticism, and a basic knowledge of the individual tech stack. In this case, full stack. So TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, RESTful APIs, SQL, maybe cloud. I'm missing one off the top of my head, maybe React or something. I know I'm missing one, but basically as long as I see the basics, we're good. And that's it. That's all you really need for almost any intern that is not a master's. Masters and PhD level interns need a little bit more. So can I find that in 20 seconds? And this ratio is 1 in 75, assuming that is accurate. So I'm expecting to see a couple of things I do right, but overall not very good. And go. Okay, formatting's bad. Degree is there. Build a B2B with a SQL data pipeline. Okay, good. International mission, Power BI. Those are not related. React, Node.js is. Design and implement a high order book system, modified order management, order matching engine, undefined Python. Okay, but you do have others. Okay. You have, I think, probably fallen into the intern problem of you wrote your projects very good, but then you wrote your other intern experiences bad. So I am imagining that is what you fall into, and basing of what I saw down here, that is correct. So I landed 2 intern offers, but I want to improve this resume and prepare for new grad applications. So when you are a new grad, I'm going to tell you right now, you need an entirely different resume. A good new grad resume will get you rejected from interns, and a good intern resume will get you rejected from full-time roles. Those are 2 separate types of roles. So this is only advice that is specifically related to getting you more internships, because you will need to change all of it for a full-time role. Ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism is big, so I put my school researcher position and mentorship under activity to showcase that, plus my 2 internships. So, yeah, you kind of did. Again, let's see. Collaborated with a mentor and is probably... Yeah, that's not a... Okay. So, you did some things right and some things wrong. First off, wrong formatting. This is hard to read. And I'm not counting the blurry stuff, right? That's just... You already stated that. That's fine. The real one's not going to be blurry. I'm talking about all this bolding and the fact of how this looks. No skill sections. No relevant coursework. No bolding. Nothing bolded here. Nothing bolded here. Should look like this. Then we do something you did good, which I noticed down here. Design and develop the web application using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, allowing users to upload X-ray images and receive real-time feedback with visualized detection results. Fantastic. No notes. Perfect. Love it. That is how I want you to write the rest of your bullet points. Because the rest of these, though, you don't. Again, this, do not put it here. Right? You don't want to do it. Don't put it here. It has to be in the bullet points or it doesn't count. That's why skill sections don't count. Is you need to show it in the bullet points and how you did it in the reason result. So, this, though, is written kind of weird. And, like, nothing here besides SQL is... really related, right? Like, I don't see any of the languages you used here. You don't tell me. I need to see prototype to B2B aggregator platform using blah, 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 which in this case would be JavaScript, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, and SQL for metric stories and queries for our X. So you wrote these bad. You wrote this really well. And then down there you said you did, like, stuff about working together. I actually don't see that. I know people can't physically see it because it's slightly lower on the screen, but they wrote conducted over 80 hours of research on the Hawk latest cryptocurrency signature scheme. That's cool. That's not working together. Collaborated with a blank mentor to enhance problem solving skills and career readiness. No, that doesn't mean anything. You need to tell me how you did it and the reason or result of you doing it. And in fact, I think you will probably have the issue of it will be harder for you to get more internships because the better stuff you wrote is further down in your resume. And no one's going to get that far down. Like, to be clear, the first half of the first page is the most important part of your resume. If anything is below that, they may not even know it exists. So I need you to go back to the drawing board, and I need you to write this and this like how you wrote this, because this is perfection. Then I need you to add how you worked with others during those projects and took direction and criticism. And all you have to do is say, worked with a team of 5 where we went over each other's work and met weekly to push out stuff by Y, right? Like, that's all it is. But collaborated with a mentor to enhance problem-solving skills means nothing. That sounds like ChatGPT. And I don't know if you wrote it or not, but it's not going to move you forward. So write the rest of your resume like you wrote this, because this is good. This is good. And you will have a much easier time. And then once you are looking for your first full-time role, then you can ignore, then you don't need the worked well with others and took criticism. That is not needed. Then you can focus more on the actual skills that you did. And that is why they are 2 separate resumes. Next, resume. This is a resume of a machine learning engineer intern. Intern, I forgot to put intern. This is also an intern. So this is machine engineer intern, which I cannot spell. There we go for some reason. What we're looking for is machine learning, ML, Python, C, C++, SQL, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Cloud, LLM, AI, generative AI, ChatGPT, and as per usual, take direction and criticism and work well with others. So I think I saw a master's on this, so we will actually need a little bit more on the skills. So we will actually need, instead of all of that, we're going to need this. Halfway between this and the other one. So, degree, machine learning, models, LLM, NLP, generative AI, Python, R, C++, Cloud, SQL, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Skibidi-learn, Pandas, NumPy, LangChain, RAG, customer-facing stakeholder clients, be the subject matter expert, and a bonus for that stuff. So, again, this is, you want in between. You want a little bit more of these, and you don't need to tell me as much how you worked well with others, but I need to at least see that you have worked well with others. At least one bullet point that shows you can take direction, criticism, and work well with others, unless you have previous work experience, because that is the key factor in it. But we're going to only need, normally for a full-time role, I would need about 75% of these. For a machine learning, master's intern, we probably only need about 50% instead. So I'm looking for about 50%. So can I find them in 20 seconds? This person has a ratio of, I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns today. So let's see. And what is with my formatting today? There we go. All right. 20 seconds and go. Technical skills. Can't use anything here. You do have your degree. Good. Okay. So developed and optimized an AI-powered voice bot. Okay, there's no AI here. Contributed to cross-functional efforts and operations. How? Leveraged AI tool. What do you mean leveraged? To streamline. Collaborative with team to update. Okay. That's all I could find. So no, there's no AI. Again, technical skill sections don't count. I cannot use anything here. These are keywords. These are qualifications. That you do not show me where you did this, which is why I cannot use it. That is why you cannot just put in keywords and skill section summaries don't count. So, let me read what you wrote. Have applied over the summer and was getting ghosted, still getting ghosted. That sucks. You still get feedback. The thing is that I don't have any other machine learning work experience, only a few projects. Most of my work is in full stack development. I mean, you don't show you have any AI here, right? Or any machine learning. Again, your problem is you put it all in a technical skills section. And that doesn't count. Nothing there counts. You need to show me how you did it. Now, again, as you're a master's, it's fine. It can be a project. But if you look at this, the only thing I see is Git, and I'm being charitable, and the word AI. I don't see any of the tools. Where is TensorFlow or PyTorch or Skibidi-learn or Pandas or NumPy or LangChain or LangGraph or RAG or Agentic? I don't know. You don't tell me, you don't show me, and that's why you're getting rejected. Collaborated with the team. How did you collaborate with the team to develop an update? You did not tell me. For on the Lake Museum under the supervision of a professor. That one's fine. Utilized Agile. How did you use it? This entire resume needs to be rewritten. Look, I'll be honest with you right now. I'm getting a migraine that's kicking in. So maybe that's why it's harsher than normal, but there's a reason you're having trouble on your resumes, and the fact that this tells me nothing. You've sent me a blank piece of paper. This is what most resumes sound like, and this is why you're having trouble. Is collaborated with teams to develop, maintain a web application for whatever museum under the supervision of professor. How is that related at all to ML? There's nothing that says Python. There's nothing that says it even is machine learning. There's nothing that says software engineering. There's nothing about this that can be used. There's no context. You need to tell me what you did, how you did it, and the reason or result you did it, and where you did it, which is why this doesn't count, because I can't use any of this. And companies don't care that you're knowledgeable in this. They want to see that you've done it. It would kind of be like showing up to a burger and your chef says, "Hey, I'm very knowledgeable about making hamburgers." And you're like, "What? What do you mean knowledgeable? Do you mean you've done it, or you're? What does it mean knowledgeable about making hamburgers?" Or you go to a waiter and they tell you that, you say, "Hey, can I have a cheeseburger?" And they say, "I have learned how to make them." You'd immediately be sus. That's how your resume sounds like. I don't want to see that you learned something. I want to see that you've already done it. I want to see that you have already done it before, whether it be through a project, an internship, or previous work experience. And right now, this entire resume shows me that you've done nothing. No, you've done Agile, which is fine. Agile's good. But that's it. That's the only thing I can tell from this resume. You have taken up the entire page with the only thing is you've done Agile. That's it. That's all it is. You have written this for an audience that does not understand it. So I need you to go back to the drawing board. And I need you to make it about this stuff. Because this is stuff that really only matters. None of this other stuff is relevant. And ability to apply machine or algorithms is nothing. No one, if you ever went to it's like your doctor is like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I have the ability to learn healthcare topics." You would be scared out of your mind. That's what's going through their mind. So go back, delete this whole thing, redo it, make it look like this. And write your bullet points like this, because this is what's going to get you a job. It has nothing to do with the fact that your previous experience was full stack. They actually really, really like heavy software engineers that go into AI. That's actually like something they really like. So that's not a negative, that's a positive. The problem is you don't show any of it. So that's all I can do for this resume. I wanted to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me out. And, thank you all to my members who are... I don't know if it's subscribe, but I thank you all for having a membership. You get access to videos a little bit early. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me. And if you ever need more support, you can always join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I will see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.